It's the grandson of right thought. When you want to starve something in the body that's harming the body, you fast, right? We who know the truth know that in order to heal the body of any ailment, you have to go to the root and deal with it and uproot it from the body. In this world you're living in, all they do is give you things that deal with the symptoms. Think about it. You get a cough, you get a cold or whatever, you take cough medicine, a cough suppressant. You take a nasal decongestant. So the symptom of whatever it is that's entered your body is that your nose is congested. So they give you something to deal with that instead of what caused the nasal congestion. You understand? For instance, cow's milk makes mucus in the body, produces mucus in the body. That's what you have when you have nasal congestion. So it's not that you keep drinking the milk that causes the mucus and then take nasal decongestant like they do in the Matrix. It's that you say, okay, let me switch over to almond milk, some other type of milk, or let me just stop drinking that milk altogether. Since it's producing this result in my body, which is telling me that it's not healthy for my body, the hell with what it's doing for everybody else. My body is telling me that it's not healthy for me. So let me remove that. The same thing goes for your life in every way. So then if there's people, that's why they say with narcissists, you go no contact, right? No contact is cutting the supply source that's feeding it so that it can attack you, which causes symptoms, which is depression, right? The symptoms of narcissism in your life or having a narcissist in your life is depression, stress, sadness, heartbrokenness, questioning self, lacking self-worth, lacking of boundaries. Those are all symptoms. And so you keep the narcissist, but you go to mental health professionals, life coaches, specialists, psychiatrists, psychologists, which is nasal decongestant, cough suppressant, Robitussin, Tylenol, shit like that. You see? You get a headache, you say, well, I don't know what caused the headache, but I'm going to take this Tylenol to suppress the pain I feel in my head. Y'all niggas don't understand that. Y'all all addicts trying to dull the symptoms of this life that you're living, which is causing the symptoms that you're having, instead of dealing with the thing that's causing it, the root. Whatever it may be, whether it be your job, that's causing the symptoms, whether it be the system that's causing the symptoms, whether it be your wife that's causing it, whether it be your child, whether it be your parents. It doesn't matter. That's what the problem is. If that's what's causing the symptoms in your life. I told you. They say how to deal with the narcissist. I'm going to ask y'all. No contact, right? You go no contact. You separate yourself. That's the same thing why we fast. Isn't it simple and clear now when the truth comes through? Isn't it obvious and clear to see what it is? We fast so that we separate ourselves from this world who is sucking us and causing symptoms, causing us to become sick. You see? See, the healthy don't get sick because they speak and feel healthful thoughts of themselves at all times. I am healthy. I am 100% healthy. They think that and feel that. And if anything comes to the body that causes any dysfunction, we fast. As soon as it starts to notice anything, we fast. That whole day from everything. Eating, may drink some water, which is the best thing to do, especially if you have a headache. A lot of times when y'all get headaches, just so you know, you just dehydrated. You're not drinking any real water, especially if you're drinking tap water. If you're drinking tap water, I don't know what you're drinking. So the best is to go back to source, an aquifer, water that comes from deep well under the ground that's not contaminated so much with these chemtrails because it's untouched from under the earth. You understand? So that's the best water that you can have to put in your body. Just like dieting, Abba already told us what to do. He gave us fruits. I put it to the test and I became radiantly beautiful and glowed. One summer, that's all I did was ate fruit. And I was just radiating beauty and glowing with health. So I knew that it was right what he said. And the fruit that I ate, I made sure that it was seed bearing. All the fruit that I ate, it had seed in it. Because that's what he said he gave us, fruit bearing seed. Originally. Which I went back to the original plan to test it and see. And I found it to be true. So when you put things in your body, let's say white sugar, powdered sugar, white sugar, whatever you want to call it. You put that in your body. Well, that feeds candida. If y'all don't know what it is, look it up. Candida feeds off of sugar and carbohydrates. So what happens then, instead of the symptoms of candida, for women it's yeast infections, you see, bloat. Men get the stomach all bloated up there. That's why they got the big ass bellies and shit. Your bowels are all messed up. You can't use the bathroom. Your stool is all hard. That's because you got a candida overgrowth in your body. So instead of taking antacids and Tums and all that shit, then you simply remove the things out of your diet that the entity, candida, feeds on. That causes it to grow. Bad bacteria in your body. The good bacteria in your body, you've killed that off with antibiotics. See, when you take an antibiotic, you not only kill the negative thing that's in there, but you kill the good shit in there too. The good bacteria as well. It's impartial, the antibiotic. It just kills every damn thing. So yeah, you get the yeast infection gone when you take the antibiotic, but it's also you're going to get probably another yeast infection again or a candida overgrowth because you've killed off all the bacteria. So that you got to eat yogurt and do all this stuff to try to get your bacteria back up. Well, we fast. See, we starve the candida. That way, that nigga in there like, you're not going to give me not even a morsel of anything to eat? No, we don't give no quarter. Damn, what am I supposed to do in here? Nothing but die. Just like cancer in the body does. Feeding off of all that sugar. Feeding off of nothing but processed bullshit that the body can't compute it because it's not organic. If you are an organic being, that's why there's organic fruit and conventional. Abba said he was going to separate the wheat from the tares on every level. Don't y'all see that? So when we go get fruit, we look for the fruit with the number 9 on there. And we can taste the difference as well. Y'all just get fruit with number 4s on it, conventional. That's for the AIs. For the TIs, we eat organic, you see? Because we tested it and found it to be true. Y'all not testing it. Y'all just looking at the kale and the bok choy and all that. Y'all looking like, I'm not messing with that stuff. You walk right past it in the store. You go right to the middle aisles. Well, that's what y'all are doing with life then on every level. Same thing with relationships. Y'all don't go to the outskirts. That's where all the produce is, on the outside of the grocery store, correct? So you don't go around there. You go right to the middle where all the boxes are and the packages are. Same thing you do with relationships. So when you eat it, you eat that food, you get all the negative responses in your body, just like you do when you partake of that relationship. So then if you want to have a new relationship, you have to switch your diet. And it may be strange at first. You may say, oh man, that didn't taste really very good like I thought it would be. But then as you start to do it, you'll see the benefits of it. And then you say, well, the hell with how it tastes. Didn't the Most High tell the children of Israel to eat the Passover feast, but to eat bitter herb with it so that you will remember your bondage? So it's no different here. The bitter herb is good for you, though it is bitter. It's healthful to the body. And that's the test for you. What did Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? What did they do? They were taken to the king, and they, instead of eating the king's food, rich food, it says, rich food, they ate pulse and drank water, which is they ate salad pretty much and drank water. And it says when they were brought before the king, they glowed more than all the other men. And then I told you what happened to me when I ate nothing but fruit and drank water. And I drank Starkey water specifically. If y'all know what it is, then you know. If you don't know, then you don't know. It comes in a glass bottle. So when I did this, then I had the results that showed it. Okay? I had the results that showed. I'll show y'all a picture, matter of fact, on the next video I'll post. I'll show you a picture of when I was eating the diet, what I looked like. Just to prove it to all of you guys that it's true. Because you got niggas out there lying. Niggas like Sema, so-called Remedy H. He talks about eating the same diet that I was eating, but he don't look like how I look. So then somebody's lying. Somebody's not really a vegan as they say that they are. If that nigga it look like that and he say he a vegan, this nigga eating all the vegetation on earth. This nigga is like a brontosaurus then. If he look like that and he's so-called vegan. A tree is known by its fruit. And I'm going to show y'all the fruit of what it looks like. It's the same thing like working out. I'll show y'all that too. Same thing like working out at the body. It takes sacrifice if you want to do it naturally. You have to work out at least 5 days a week and very hard working out. Not in there bullshitting around. You go in there for 2 hours, you working for that 2 hours. Supersets, hitting them bitches hard. If you want to really look good and really change your body dramatically. Well, you think you're going to get that body if you're not putting in the work? If you're not separating yourself from the other things that distract you from the gym? And saying, you know, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save my strength and I'm going to go to the gym and put it in there so I can get the results I want. I know by experience that that's what it takes. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Can't eat that. Nope, can't eat that. You got to be strict if you really want to look really good naturally without any putting no needles in your body and taking no kind of powders and all that shit. If you just want to eat and work out and look very good, I mean real good and strong, you got to work hard. And you got to separate yourself from all the bullshit in order to do it and make all the sacrifices necessary. Well, that's why we fast. It's the same thing. When I was working out, I was fasting from certain foods. I was fasting from certain drinking certain things, having certain parties and hanging out and all that. So it's the same thing that you do in your life. You find something that's not helpful to you, then you cut it out of your life. And it's not wrong to do that because it's called loving yourself. See, a lot of people, they hang on because they feel like they have to hang on. What did Yahushua teach us? There is no giving in marriage in the kingdom of heaven, guys. It's freedom there. It's liberty. You are free. Now, this freedom that we're describing, it goes beyond earthly things. That's why Yahushua spoke the way that he did. Don't you understand that? He couldn't be saying my kingdom is not of this world if he was talking about this world you're looking at. He said, if my kingdom was of this world, then my followers would fight for me. Simple. So he's speaking of another kingdom. He's speaking of another world. What does Isaiah 45:17 tell you? But Israel shall be saved with an everlasting salvation. You shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. So John 3:16, for God so loved the world. What world did he love, y'all? Because Hebrews tells us that the Most High made worlds with an S on it. So y'all got to separate from all of it. That's what I mean. You see that? John 3:16, that's the scripture that Christians have been using since forever. You see? But what world was Abba talking about? We just broke it down for you. Isaiah told you. The world without an end, which is Israel. Abba Yah said, I have not chosen you because you were more in number, Israel, than any other people, for you were the fewest among all people. But the Lord loved you and he will keep the oath that he has swore to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So the Abiyah chose us because he loved us, Israel. So then everything else is a lie. It's that simple. All you have to know is that you're Israel. And if you don't think you are, then read Deuteronomy 28. And then it says, these things will be a sign to the nation of Israel. A sign means something that's pointing, saying, this is where you're at. So Deuteronomy 28 proves who the true Israel is. So if you're wondering who you are, read Deuteronomy 28 and see if you fulfill that. And if you do, then you are of the nation of Israel. And Abba says he loves you. So everything else is a lie. And it's just that simple. Everything else that you're taught, shown, told, manipulated, try to manipulate, all that shit is a lie. And that's cancer to you because it starts to grow in you. A person implants a thought. That's what voodoo is it not? Voodoo works like this. A person comes up to you and says, you're going to die in a week, and then walk off. Now you walk around with that thought, I'm going to die. See, the Lord's name, I am going to die. There you go, speaking the Lord's name in vain. So then you die. That's blasphemy. See? So it's about knowing Abiyah's name and then using it in truth. And if you're not using it in truth, then you have allowed a cancerous thought to come in and grow. So now as it's grown and it become a big ass weed, and then you're looking at it going, oh my gosh, I got to get this weed out. Yep. You got to uproot it though. You can't chop it down and think it's going to not come back. You have to uproot that thought out of you and then replant a plant in its place. So y'all uprooting it and leaving it open for another weed to fall down in there and grow. You got to plant something in its place, guys. That's the part of healing that a lot of people have forgotten. Is that when you remove something out, you remove a cancerous thing out of you, you have to put something healthy in there. What did I tell you? When I went to the gym and I wanted the body and I wanted to look good and I wanted to be strong, I made the sacrifices necessary to produce the results I was looking for. But that took me to have to take things out and put things in. You feel me? So I couldn't just eat the cheeseburgers and shit no more. I had to switch that up and eat the salads and the fruits. Make the smoothies, drink my water every day, stick to it, gave myself what we call cheat days or grace days where you have some ice cream or the cheeseburger or whatever the case may be. Because Abiyah said that the beef is clean, the cow is clean, so you have a cheeseburger every now and again. But then you know that's going to get you loose, so you get back on your shit again. I call it the 6-1 diet. When I was doing that shit, it's called the 6-1 diet. 6 days on strict, 1 day off to chill, just like Shabbat. Same thing. I'm working for my goal for 6 days, then I get 1 day to just chill out and relax. Not stress about it. Not put the work in for it. Relax. Have me a drink of wine, sit back, smoke a blunt, eat a cheeseburger, chill. Not worry about this so much right now. Give myself some balance in this. Then I get back on it. Keeps me going, keeps me goal oriented. And that's the part of healing, like I said, that a lot of people are missing is the replacement. When you remove that weed, you got to put a flower in its place. Something that will grow and give you life when you look at it. Not make you feel, oh man. That's what we're doing with our lives, you see? We're taking inventory of ourselves. And when we look, we see weeds and we go, oh man. We just walk away and let the weed just grow. It's the same thing with your yard. If you have a beautiful yard, right? You get a house that's a beautiful yard. Then it gets one little weed. And you walk away and say, okay, I'll get it. Just one little weed. I'll get it. Then next thing you know, it's 4 weeds. Okay, I'll get it next week. On the next Saturday when I get off, I'm going to make sure I'm on my off day. I'm going to get it. And then you let it slide again. Next thing you know, you got 50 weeds. Now you got to work your ass off all damn day long. When all you have to do is go out there and pull that one damn weed. That's what we do. We just pull that bitch. As soon as we see it, we say, okay, hold on. Let's deal with that. Let's not walk past and say, it's okay. No. Let's deal with it right now. And then when we pull it, let's put something in its place. We must, because if we don't, another weed will grow there. What did y'all should say? A person has a demon, an unclean spirit in them. When that demon is cast out of that person, the demon goes in dry places searching for another place or another person or someone he can go into. When he don't find one, he goes back, you see, to that same person. And when he finds it all swept and clean and orderly, see, just like the soil will be open and free and nice and clean for something to grow. He goes back and he takes 7 more with him, 7 more weeds with him. And the state of that person or the state of that garden will be worse off than it was in its first case when it had 1 weed. So don't you see what Yahushua was teaching you? How clear and easy that is to see that. Husband means a keeper, tender keeper of a garden. Now, is that not what he made Adam when he put him in the garden, said to tend and to keep it, to be a husband? That's what a husbandman does. So you're to tend and keep your garden each and every day, to pull the weeds out of there. Same thing you do if you get sick in your body, to pull that weed out. Don't feed it. Don't feed the weed because it's just going to grow more. No. Pull the weed out. So, okay. They're telling me I'm going to get liver cancer if I don't stop drinking. So then stop drinking and replace the drinking with something that's healthful to the body that you also enjoy, because you got to enjoy it in order to keep doing it. So find something that gives you balance and something that keeps you from being unbalanced, a slave to it. Don't be a slave to anything but the word of Abba Yah. If you be a slave to anything, be a slave to the word of Abba Yah. Not anything in this world that you can see, smell, taste, touch, feel, all that shit, because it's temporary and it passes away. And tell me it don't. All of you have received something in this life that you thought was valuable when you received it, and then you don't even know where it's at today. All of you have had it happen to you. You don't even know where it's at. And that shows you how temporary things are in this world. So we release the things that are temporary and take on to the things that are eternal. The spiritual, which teaches us how to heal our bodies, it teaches us how to stay healthy, it teaches us how to use the name of I am in truth. The spirit of truth will do that. Not I am anything that's going to bring harm to me. So I am struggling. I'm fucked up, man. I'm stressed out. No. It's quite the opposite of I am, actually. Because you're speaking of Abba. So when you speak the name of I am, if you just consider this, when you speak about yourself, that you're speaking of Abba Yah, if you consider that, then you'll change your words to truth. You'll be sharper with it. You'll be like, wait a minute, wait. I'm speaking about Abba Yah when I say that. So I can't say I'm that, because that would be a lie of Abba when I say it. So what Abba Yah is actually doing with me is he's bringing me into the truth, which is actually bringing me into health for myself. Because his name is I am, and I'm saying I am, and then I have to say the truth now because I know his name is I am. I'm not going to use his name in vain anymore, in lies and in vanity. So now I am bountiful, and I am wealthy. I am prosperous. I am, so you're going to start speaking that way because those things are true of Abba Yah. And then your experience starts to change and morph. And that's when you go into the wilderness. Because you were in bondage where you were using I am statements that put you in bondage. I'm fucked up. You wake up in the morning, go to work. Oh, man, I fucking hate doing this shit, man. I'm stressed the fuck out. You change from that. That's Egypt. And then you come into I am free. And then you're going to go through a wilderness period that brings you into the manifestation of all the words you've been saying. I am prosperous. I am wealthy. I am all those things that don't look like it. Like how it looked for me right now. When I changed the self-speak of I am years ago, and I hang tight through the wilderness till I come into my promised land of all the true words that I've been saying of I am. I couldn't say that when I didn't know who I was. See, because you can't speak your truth if you don't know who the hell you is, yo. That ain't even hard to understand. So why would you take a slave and put him in slavery and change his name? So that he won't know who he is. Because if he doesn't know who he is, then he won't be the person that God created him to be. It's that simple. It's not hard. If you were Israel's enemy, wouldn't you do that? Look, this is very simple. If you were the enemy of Israel, wouldn't you cut them off from their heritage so that they didn't know who they were, so that they wouldn't be powerful on the earth, knowing that they were God's elect chosen people? Yes, you would. And then wouldn't you paint yourself up there as them, the elect? Yes, you would. Because that's the only choice you got. Until you're destroyed, only choice you got is to fake it. That's simple. So that's what the sickness does when it comes in your body. It'll fake it off like it's just a normal cell at first. That's what cancer do. I'm not anything bad. See, I'm a good cell. I'm just going to just hang out right here in your breast, woman, and make a tumor. Why is the body making a tumor? Because it's trying to contain that poison to a locale in the body so that it doesn't spread through the body. It's trying to contain it in one spot. Well, why don't you stop feeding it so it stop growing? And then it will dissipate and fade from the body without them having to do any surgery to remove it, without having to do any chemo to burn the shit, without having to do any radiation to burn all your cells out of your damn body, healthy cells as well. I told you, just like antibiotics do, same thing chemo does. It kills all the shit, the good and bad. So it kills the cancer along with all the good cells. So then now your immune system is shot to hell. Now when it comes time for you to have to heal from anything else, you can't. Your immune system is so shot the fuck down by this other shit, the poison they put in there, that you can't defend yourself from shit else. So the other shit kill you. And they say they're helping you. Y'all believe that lie if you want to. I told you, starve the motherfucking cancer. Put some oxygen in your body. Breathe. Put some air in your body, in your blood. The blood and air have to mix in the body for it to be living, inspired. The breath and the blood have to mix. But y'all ain't put no air in your body. You're not putting no breath in there. And then you're wondering why you can't heal from nothing. Abba Yah breathed the breath of life. Y'all should do that at least some point every day. At least 5 minutes you should. Simple. I can feel that shit already. I gotta laugh because I really felt chilled out for that, for real. And it's gonna chill you out. It's gonna relax you. It's gonna calm you down. Give your mind time to elevate in freedom from all the 3D so that it can connect back to source again and hear his voice. Over all the loud ass voices that's talking to you, you'll hear his still small voice. You see? Still don't want me to